Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you from wherever you're tuning in from. Hey, take 2 seconds and like and heart this video and then share it out there for me, if you would, please. Hit that share button and then those likes and hearts so we can break the algorithms. Where is everybody tuning in from today? I always like to hear where y'all are from. So please let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I know I'm not on at my usual time. I'm on an hour delay. I've got my kids home this week for spring break. So wanted to make sure I had someone to watch them so they wouldn't barge in on me. So we'll see how it goes. Hello, everybody. Tennessee, Maine, Arkansas, Ohio, Texas. You guys are awesome. Go ahead and drop a hashtag strength in numbers and a hashtag make America think again, because man, do we ever need that right now. Oklahoma, Utah. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Mine was very productive. I did a lot of homework, so yay me. Oh man, I got a mad reaction. That's unfortunate. Don't hit the mad face on the reactions, and Facebook's going to get mad at us. So how's everybody doing? Thank you for those hashtags. We are going to start today with some jokes because it's going to make y'all laugh. They're very cheesy as usual. You know, I only bring corny jokes, cheesy jokes to the party. So, oh, someone's going to tag that comment. Yes, ma'am. All the time. God is good all the time. All right, let's get started. Proudly wore your Make America Think Again when we went downtown Saturday. Awesome. Love to hear that. I love seeing you guys in your merch. Thank you guys so much for supporting our movement by purchasing merch. We really appreciate it. Always. All right, here's our first joke. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a knee slapper. All right. Did you hear about the two people who stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. They each got 6 months. You know that's funny. You know that's funny. Oh, I know I do. Yes, I read it and then I laugh and then I read it to you guys. I know I'm a mess. It's all right. It's all right. Y'all still love me. You still give me the laughy faces, so it's good. Chris says, "Oh, brother." Okay. Why did the Oreo go to the dentist? Why did the Oreo go to the dentist? Because he lost his filling. Oh, in my house, that would mean that my kids got into the Oreos. Forget the dentist. The kids got into the Oreos. There you go. This is a good one right here. You ready? They're all corny, Ronnie. They're all corny. All right. What do you get? What do you get from a pampered cow? What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. Oh. Oh man, I can't. I know they're so bad. They're so bad, but you know, you still gotta laugh. I know they're bad. Where do I find these? Oh man, I find them on the internet. I don't come up with this stuff. Oh shoot. Hey, if you guys, all of you, 354 of you that are on here, if you haven't shared this video, please hit the share button for me. I'd appreciate it. Now we're gonna get into the news. It's not quite as funny. Unfortunately, I do like to start out with some laughs, so you guys are awesome. All right, so for those of you who didn't hear yesterday, Press Secretary Jen Psaki says that Biden's going to introduce another relief package in April that's going to focus on healthcare, childcare, and may cost trillions of dollars. That's good news, right? SolarWinds was hacked. Suspected Russian hackers gained access to email accounts of President Trump's head of the Department of Homeland Security and members of its cybersecurity staff whose jobs included hunting threats from foreign countries. Lovely. South Dakota, Texas, and Utah are leading the U.S. in economic growth, according to a new report from the Department of Commerce. The three top states are all in the hands of Republicans, with Republican governors, Republican state senates, and Republican state assemblies. You don't say. Yeah, that's not surprising. Oh, this is a good one, you guys. You're going to love this. The University of Oxford is reportedly considering removing sheet music. Yes, I said sheet music from its music curriculum as a part of sweeping changes intended to decolonize the program. Yeah, that's wowza. So the child migrant crisis gripping the United States-Mexico border is far from over, according to a scoop from Axios published on Monday. The sharp increase in unaccompanied minors crossing the border seeking asylum or the ability to stay in the United States is expected to last at least another 7 months. And the Biden administration is projecting that the number of child migrants crossing monthly could go above 25,000. 25,000 child migrants a month. They could go above 25,000. That is a problem, guys. Are we still not calling this a crisis? I'm going to share my screen with you so you guys can listen here.
More than 18,000 unaccompanied children are being held in federal custody. Pictures from inside a Customs and Border Patrol facility in Donna, Texas, that you are seeing right now show children waiting to be processed, held in overcrowded conditions, sitting on the floor with foil blankets. These images have been shared with us by Congressman Henry Cuellar of Texas, a Democrat who joins us from Laredo. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning to you, Margaret.
I want to talk about some of these pictures that you have shared with us and start with some of the others. The pictures that we want to put up on screen right here. You say that they show dozens of young girls who have been held for far longer than the 72-hour legal time limit. Why are these young girls being held for that long? Where are they going? What is their status?
Well, surely, first of all, Border Patrol does not want to keep people there longer than 72 hours. But there's two issues, two factors coming into play. One, there's a large number of people coming across every single day. Groups of over 100 individuals coming into the Border Patrol custody. Number one. Number two, the flow through, that is through HSS, they're moving and they're trying to get more shelters open. For example, the one in San Diego, the one in Carrizo Springs, San Antonio.
Let me pause this, man, for a minute. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to remove it because that's all the more I wanted to play. Why are we finding more shelters? Why do we feel like, why does our administration feel like this is our responsibility? What, because Biden opened his big mouth and invited them to all come in? And now we're not going to call it a crisis, but we're just going to keep opening more and more places to house these children and these people? What a joke. I mean, really? I just can't. My head is spinning. All right, let's move on to the next piece of information. Oh, Dr. Anthony Fauci is taking the lion's share of credit for the rapid development of vaccines to battle C-19, saying it was the best decision that I've ever made. Okay, Fauci. Yeah, you get out of here, bro. The National Black Justice Coalition has called on the PGA Tour to strip the Augusta National Golf Club, in Georgia of the annual Masters tournament over the state's new voting law, according to a new report. So, along with that, the reason why they're doing all of this is because they think that the new voting law leans towards white supremacy, according to the left. So this article says this month, as Republicans in Georgia passed sweeping voter ID laws aimed at bolstering election integrity, which is good, that's what we want, Democrats resorted to their favorite tactic when confronted with a policy they don't like, crying white supremacy. And throughout this article, it talks about how Black people actually support this this voting thing. So again, the Democrats don't have a leg to stand on. What else is new? They play the same games, just on different days. Let's see what else I have. Oh, Nike. They said they had nothing to do with rapper Lil Nas X's Satan shoes, which reportedly contain a drop of human blood and are a tribute to the rapper's newest music video, which features him giving a highly sexualized lap dance to Satan. So basically, with this information, I guess we can all go make Nike shoes. They don't have to approve of that or anything. You can just, I guess, just hop on the website and make them and, you know, just sell them. That's what they're saying, it sounds like. Okay, sure, right. You don't have anything to do with it. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham defended Americans' rights to bear arms Sunday and amid a renewed Democratic push for gun control legislation, saying his house would be the last one a gang would come to due to his ownership of an AR-15. The legacy media has a new narrative that Asian Americans are the victims of systemic racism fueled by white supremacy. Brothers in arms with Black Americans in a struggle against an oppressive country. Right. John and Megan Arrigo were holding a wedding reception at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort on Saturday night. This is good news. This is really cool. When the former president showed up and delivered good wishes to the newly married couple. So President Trump showed up at these people's wedding reception and talked to them and gave them hugs and wished them a good marriage. He's such a terrible man, you know? South Dakota, Texas, and Utah. I already said that. Why is it back up here again? That's silly. Okay, now I'm going to jump over to this video that I want to share with you guys really quickly here because I think it's important. I don't share information with you guys that I don't think is not important. So let me find it. Yeah, that's it. All right, here we go. Take a listen. I'm actually going to pull myself off the screen so you guys can actually see this and turn it on.
If you know any middle or high school girls today, or if you are one yourself, it would not be surprising if you know someone who identifies as transgender. The latest statistics indicate that 2% of American high school students now identify as transgender, and the overwhelming majority of them are teenage girls. Between 2016 and 2017 alone, the number of females seeking gender surgery in America quadrupled. But if you graduated high school over a decade ago, it was unlikely that you knew anyone who was transgender because, according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the condition underlying it afflicted roughly 1 in 10,000 people, or 0.01% of the population. Almost none of these cases were teenage girls. In fact, before 2012, there was no scientific or medical literature discussing adolescent girls who wanted to transition to the opposite sex. That doesn't mean that we didn't know about transgender individuals. Gender dysphoria, the severe discomfort in one's biological sex, has been studied for nearly 100 years. It almost always involved boys who began feeling it between the ages of 2 and 4 and were strong and persistent in their assertions to everyone around them that they were really girls. When a phenomenon that affects one half of a population, boys, suddenly begins affecting the other half, girls, and when its age of onset shifts from preschool to adolescence, something significant is happening. In 2016, Brown University public health researcher Lisa Littman began studying the sudden spike in trans identification of teenage girls. She concluded that peer influence and social media influence had a lot to do with this trans teen phenomenon. After all, based on parent reports, none of these girls had exhibited symptoms of gender dysphoria at the age that it typically first presents, early childhood. YouTube, Reddit, Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram all host popular social media influencers, today's version of Hollywood stars, who insist that if you feel uncomfortable in your body, you're probably trans. Many promise that if you start a course of testosterone, all of your problems will go away. There's every reason to believe that these girls are experiencing real psychological pain. Rates of anxiety, depression, and instances of self-harm are all at record levels for this generation. A quick fix becomes very tempting. So it doesn't take much, a YouTube video, a friend's suggestion, to get a troubled girl to buy into the fantasy that gender transition is the answer. Unfortunately for these girls who do not have typical gender dysphoria, gender transition rarely offers relief. And it's a catastrophic mistake for psychologists, educators, and the medical establishment to rush these teens towards a solution that will almost certainly harm rather than heal. Because here's what's not in dispute. Unnecessary medical gender transition causes irreversible damage, high risk of infertility, sexual dysfunction, and the creation of a permanent medical patient. Tragically, we've made it far too easy for kids to take this path, long before they're ready psychologically or emotionally to make such a life-altering decision. Testosterone is easily obtained by today's teens. In Oregon, a 15-year-old can walk into a gender clinic. Yes, there are now gender clinics all over the country, and walk out the same day with a prescription for testosterone without her parents' permission. 16-year-old girls have been able to undergo double mastectomies, the removal of both breasts, without even a therapist's note. Predictably, hasty gender transition, remember we're talking about teenagers here, is now leading to a lot of regret. New testimonials appear on YouTube almost every week from teens who acknowledge that they made a terrible mistake and warn others not to make the same one. So how do you protect your daughter from being drawn into this dangerous and growing trend? First, limit their exposure to social media as much as you can. Several academic studies have already linked the alarming rates of anxiety and depression to young girls' punishing experience on social media, a place that often makes them feel sad, unattractive, and alone. Second, oppose the teaching of gender ideology in your kid's school. In California, gender identity education begins in kindergarten and proceeds through high school. The theme is that kids' gender identity is totally independent of their physical sex and something that only they can know. Schools can and should insist that every child be treated respectfully without sowing gender confusion in an entire student population. Third, and most importantly, remember that a teenager is still just a teenager. You don't have to agree with every identity proclamation your daughter comes up with. Knowledge of her identity will develop over time. Until then, being the adult in the relationship is the most loving thing you can do.
Okay, so I felt like it was very, very important for me to share this video with you. Number one, hashtag save our children to me does not just mean save our children from from child trafficking. It means save our children. This is a real problem. In California, they are teaching gender ideology to children starting in kindergarten. This is real stuff, you guys. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. Here's the other reason why I shared it. People are in the comments going, we need to homeschool our kids. Listen, I can't do that. And so many other working Americans can't do that. You know what you can do? If stuff like this is happening, you go to a school board meeting and you object to it. And then you tell all the other parents around you that would object to this behavior that they should go with you. And you go in at a united front and you say, listen, this is not happening. I'm not going to allow this to happen. You're not going to tell my kindergartner that they can choose what gender they are. It's disgraceful. If a 15-year-old can walk into a clinic and get pills to transition them into a different gender, then why do we even have laws that say, children or parents have to decide, which parent the child lives with in a split marriage, in a split home? If they can make that decision, they want to live with dad, they should be able to live with dad. Why do we even have those laws? Come on. Please, you guys, please, please, please share this video. It is so important that you are active at school board meetings, at city council meetings. This is the time when we stand up. We have to stand up for our kids. We have to stand up for the kids of this country because they start in kindergarten. And like I said on my personal page earlier, it goes from kindergarten all the way through college. I know that because I'm in college and I see it every single day. They indoctrinate from the time they're 5 all the way through. Social media shows them the things they want them to see. Whether it's, are you confused about your gender? Well, click on this link and we can help you. They do that. They use algorithms to give your kids the things that they want them to see. It's disgraceful. We've got to open our eyes and we've got to raise our voices, you guys. It is so important that we are actively involved in what's going on around us. That's what I have for news today. Please share this video. I love you all. God bless you all. God bless America. And I will see you guys tomorrow.